right, we are live. Okay, I want to make sure. Is it on? Is it on? Make sure if y'all can hear me, press one because I don't want to be talking if y'all can't hear me. All right, we on some different equipment. I gotta, it's a lot going on. So I gotta return my PC back into the computer space. I was waiting on a part to come in. All right. Definitely. Yes, we are back on camera. So we may take the phone lines. Okay. So we're definitely back. I don't know what's been going on with my equipment, but I bought a brand new PC. Something happened to it. And something was going on. I guess a part must was loose that I got to get repaired. So we're on our laptop. So hopefully everything goes well with this show. Okay. Also, in the month of October, we are doing members only live. Members will only be able to comment in the chat for 1 week. Okay. We was going to do it for a month. We're going to do it for 1 week in October. We allowing members to comment in the chat. Also, too, we are for our first book. We are doing White Fear is the name of the book, written by Roland Martin. I am on chapter 4, so I do want to talk about it. I want to talk about it first with the public, and then we do the rest in members only lives. So again, I'm on chapter 4, so I'm gonna listen to it again, chapter 1 through chapter 4, so we can definitely dive into it on the first, so we can dive into it on YouTube. So that is the book that we chose, is White Fear. Also, too, we will have a writer updating our Instagram and posting on our Facebook page and on our website. So that's going to be coming in 2023. I'm super excited to have a website, to get it, to post on my Instagram and to post like on my Facebook page. I've been doing it, and y'all been commenting, y'all been liking. So super excited for that. So I'm just super stoked. So I'm gonna have one writer that's gonna be helping me write posts and captions on our social media and everything. So something to do outside of YouTube. So if I'm not live on YouTube, you can catch me on Instagram posting. You can catch me on the TikTok posting. You can catch me on my website posting articles, and I'm just super excited. I always want to do this. I always want to like put some material out on the website. So, and then of course we definitely would be doing YouTube. Now, in this live, we're going to be talking about Larry Reid. We're going to be talking about Bishop Whitehead. We're going to be talking about Cardi B. We're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. Let us first talk about Cardi B. I was watching her social media. Not going to show the tweets, but she was going back and forth with Akbar. They was arguing. Akbar was calling out her name, and then Cardi B posted the Akbar sucking on a cob, and they were just going really back and forth. And I was saying something. I want to be really clear with Cardi. I think Cardi B, unfortunately, don't understand her power. She's the type of person, she don't understand her power. In the same way with Nicki. But I'm on Cardi B first. When it comes to Cardi, she always have to respond to artists. Akbar was responding to artists, and Akbar pretty much put out a post like, if it's not on chart data, don't believe it. And then here go Cardi B responded. And I just want to say this about Cardi B. I don't think that she understands her power. She's not, in her mind, a number one artist. I was looking at the stats. Cardi B beats Nicki Minaj in streaming right now. Also, Cardi B, all of Cardi B records on her debut album is platinum. She's like one of the first female artists to have all of her records on her album to be platinum. But when she get into these petty beef with female artists, now Akbar, you do all this talking about Cardi B, but she did put you on a soundtrack on Bruise, even though didn't nobody check out the soundtrack because it didn't chart at all. But she did have you on a soundtrack on Bruise. That was executive produced by Cardi and executive produced by Halle Berry. But I guess people think that just because I did a record with Nicki, I must pick Nicki Minaj. And I'm so tired of that elementary juvenile behavior. Just because you did a record with Nicki doesn't mean that you got to be anti-Cardi. I just don't understand that, and that's what Nicki Minaj like in her inner circle. You must be anti-Cardi in order to work with me, in order to be in my inner circle, in order to be where I'm at. you must be anti-Cardi B. And that should not be. If I like Cardi, I like Nicki. And if anybody comes to me in my personal space, I had to just have to block somebody today because they didn't like that I purchased an album on Cardi B. And I'm like, listen, bruh, like we friends in real life. Who cares that I like Cardi B? Who cares that you a bar? We friends in real life. And I have to block him. I'm gonna unblock my friend, but I don't like to get into arguments in my personal life regarding about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I don't like to get into my personal life because I'm not getting paid to argue. I get paid to argue on YouTube. I say, do you want to go on YouTube? Do you want to go on YouTube and we can go live? We can talk about it on YouTube. We can get some clicks and views. But I refuse to argue in my personal life who's better, Nicki or Cardi. And he gets so aggressive. He want to hit on the wall. He messed up my door because he was banging on the wall like, Nicki is the best. And I'm like, messing up the stuff. I'm like, dude, it don't take all that. First of all, Nicki and Cardi got more money than me and you combined. Okay. And we shouldn't have to get into these beefs about who's the better. I personally like Nicki. I personally like Cardi. And he was talking about you need to pick a side on YouTube. You can't be neutral. You got to pick a side. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be neutral. I like both. Now, they both do some things that I don't agree with. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. So let me see if I can pull up Kyle. Give me a second. If I go, see, this is why I don't want to log in on my Instagram. Because if I log in my Instagram, I'm going to get about 15,000 notifications. And I don't think I saved it. But Nicki Minaj was going in on Kyle. Let's get into Nicki. I was the one that helped you get your page back. You capping for a person that got you fired from the shade room. She was going in. And me personally, I came out and I defended Kyle. I was like, Kyle, keep up the good work. You don't owe any loyalties to no Nicki Minaj. Like, this is what Nicki Minaj further realized. Just because you help Kyle get his page back doesn't mean that you own and operate the Neighborhood Talk. But the Neighborhood Talk posted something on their Facebook wall, on their Instagram. They posted an ad and it said that Cardi B had the most streams in 24 hours. She did a song with Gorilla. I hope I'm saying her name right. And in 24 hours, she had the most streams. That was incorrect because Nicki Minaj had the most streams. But Nicki got upset. Nicki got upset that Caillou posted that. But Caillou was saying, hey, I posted this because this was an ad that somebody paid for. And I don't think that Nicki Minaj will be coming at TMZ. I don't think that Nicki Minaj will be coming at these white publications the way that she come at these black YouTubers and not these black bloggers. And not just Nicki, Cardi does it as well. And I just think it is just such a problem that they are independent force. Nicki Minaj, if you want to control the Neighborhood Talk, then pay them $20 million and put them on your payroll. But for them to post on their page, let me see something. Give me a second. Let me add Nicki Minaj really quickly. Let me send her this link. Give me a second, you guys. We live. Let me send her this link real quick. Let me add her really quickly. Nicki Minaj needs to stop trying to control blogs. Okay. Let me send her the link. Hopefully she see this. I don't want to get no lawsuit. Okay, give me a second. My jack is going off. My jack is going off. I'm kidding. It's not my jack. Okay, I just sent her that way. She needs to stop trying to control blogs. And I'm gonna definitely tweet her tomorrow and just tweet her again over and over. She needs to stop trying to control blogs. And that's what I'm not understanding. Why are you trying to control Caillou? And it's so sad because they beat up on Caillou so much. They beat up on this man. I think that if this man was straight, I don't think he would get the much pushback from these female MCs. Like, they push up on this man a lot. And it's very unfortunate. I'm like, why in the world are you pushing up on Caillou? And all he does is post. Now, Caillou is not the only one that posts. And I'm going to say this before I get blocked, okay? Caillou is not the only one that posts on the Neighborhood Talk. He have other employees. I need somebody to screen record this. Screen record this and tag me in this. I need y'all to screen record this and tag me in this and tag Nicki. Caillou is not the only one that posts on the neighborhood talk. He have employees, other writers that post in the neighborhood talk. I think it's a disservice to blame him for everything that is posted. And he can't tell his employees, well, we are a Nicki Minaj blog and she helped get this blog back. So we're not going to post anything negative about Nicki. I think that's a disservice to the reader because we follow Caillou in the neighborhood talk. We follow his blog and we love his blog. I've been following Caillou blog when it was under 100,000 followers. We are big supporters. I don't think that she should try to control Caillou at all. And then she tell her barbs to like go out to his page, and it's very sad, very unfortunate. He is a black man that are hiring other black writers. Shout out to shout out to D. I hope I'm saying her name right. Give me a second because she was featured on a site on the news, and so his team is really going. She is the editor, one of the editors of the Neighborhood Talk, managing editors of Neighborhood Talk, and she was featured on the news talking about Rihanna going to be on the halftime show. So he's really making numbers. He's making noise out there, and for him to get out 1 million to create this much noise is very powerful, and that goes for his work ethic. That shows that he have the talent and the skill set to do so. So I love that about Caillou. But listen, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Now, the reason why the ad was taken down, he took the ad down because the ad was incorrect. He did not have to take down the ad because somebody paid for the ad. Many people pay for the ad and say, hey, I'm the greatest. I'm the number one talk show host. If I put that on there and pay him the $500 for the ad, DJ Academics can't get mad, or the Breakfast Club can't get mad and say, we are the number one show. Wiley is not the number one show. But if I pay for that ad, I'm paying for the ad. So post the ad. And this is the caption that I want. So it's nothing wrong with it if you're putting an ad out there. So I just think Nicki Minaj should not do that as well. I just think that's crazy. And she was like, you always put me in mess. No, he's posting what's relevant. Nicki, you throw shade at Cardi B, and Cardi B throws shade at Nicki. So let's not act like one is above the other. They both throw shade at each other. The same way Cardi B threw shade at Akbar, Akbar responded. They all throwing shade and stuff like that. And so we as the fan, we see it all. But I just think they come at the Caillou. They don't really come at Cardi B came at the Neighborhood Talk, but even Nicki was coming at the Neighborhood Talk. I'm like, leave these black-owned media sites alone. They are independent. If you want to control the Wiley Show, pay me $293 million. And then you can have full control of what I do. But don't get mad with other blogs they're posting, right? So don't get mad at all. So she said what she said. I'm going to say what I'm saying. I think Cardi B is the number one rapper right now. I think that her stream says it all. I think that her number says it all. She is kind of like the queen. I think Nicki Minaj is number 2 and Cardi B is number 1. If you disagree with me, you can call in. I'm not talking about who can out-rap who. I'm talking about streams. When it's streaming, Cardi B number 1. When it comes to streaming, when it comes to numbers, streaming and stuff, number 1, Nicki Minaj is number 2. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Cardi B, number 1 when it comes to streaming. Nicki Minaj, number 2. Okay? Got your Doja and you got your Megan. But Cardi B is number 1 when it comes to streaming. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about bars for bars. If you're talking about bars for bars, you got to give it to Nicki. But I'm talking about streaming right now. I'm talking about streaming. Streaming right now, you got to give it to Cardi B. And my source is you can look at it on the streaming sites, Apple, Spotify. Her numbers outdo Nicki Minaj numbers. And that's just the truth. Okay? So if you disagree with me, you can call in. All right? If you disagree with me. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, fine. If you disagree with me, you can open up the phone lines. You can definitely call in, all right? But we're talking about streaming numbers, okay? We're talking about streaming. All right. And I definitely researched it. All right. Okay. Did I say it? I said it. Now let's get into Dr. Larry Reid and let's get into Bishop Whitehead. I want to tell you, I did not want to talk about this because I'm cool with Larry Reid. And Larry Reid gave me a statement, and I'm gonna read the statement. Let me give you a little backstory. Bishop Whitehead went live and he talked about the accusers that accused Larry Reid of purchasing them underwear, giving them one of the guys that three letters, grooming them, assaulting them, etc. So Larry Reid, he gave me a statement to exclusively read to you all right now. I'm going to read it to you all right now, and we would definitely read it, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts. Okay, give me a second. Let me pull it up because it's a long statement. It's a long statement here. Okay. Woo, let's get it together. Okay. With all this is unfortunately a 16-year-old rumor that a blogger got a hold of years ago and had three grown guys that lived in one of my properties when they were grown that I kicked out interviewed. There are others too who got on the phone with him and lied in a way that's shocking to me and my family and team. Their underage or child narrative is divisively untrue as well. They're telling stories out of anger and unresolved conflict because I basically dropped them that the vlogger saw it as a way to manipulate them and grow his platform. This went on for 2+ years. In 2021, I sued him. The judge pushed us to mediate because he said it would be a waste of money, court time, and his time. His lawyer did a memorandum to the court and the judge that the defendant had no evidence after several requests to his client. His attorney said he was crazy and etc., which basically forced the settlement terms and the mediation in my favor. We bombarded his lawyer in the discovery stage and he had nothing to submit. All of this is online. Ultimately, the defendant didn't abide by the settlement terms, but eventually took everything down by kept referencing things online. Every time somebody ran across something that sent to my lawyer, the lawyer told the judge. The judge ran in an order as if we had a whole trial to take things down and shut up. So I won, but he's deranged. And when he saw me and Whitehead and me and Tasha beefing, he sent all the stuff he removed straight to Whitehead. And he jumped on it. Tasha K jumped on it. She and I were cool. That's the mad sad that this was my face when I went live the other day to address all of this. This was on my face when I went live to address all of this. I'm reading as he wrote it, okay? Now I am good. Lawyers been hired, educated me about it so they can handle it. A motion will be filed with the courts about the defendant that is behind all those audio recordings Whitehead is playing. Meanwhile, I'm busy focusing on my work and assignment. The police report filed in 2018 didn't have my name on it. My lawyers couldn't get the one that was supposed to have my name on it. He produced a receipt that said I owned that house. In the police report and audio that the person that filed the report said it happened when they were 14. I didn't know them at 14. He was born on October 1990. Do the math. That would mean it occurred 2004 and 2005. I ain't built the house until 2006, and it sold in 2016. So the receipts they're taunting prove all I'm saying, but I'm using them along with a false narrative. The one that said all this in an audio from one of the interviews. I'm sure they would play it. I'm sure they would cut that out, but my lawyers have it, and it was sent to the opposing counsel during the discovery process before we were sent to mediation. The documents are showing I own the house. That's it. The receipt proved that he said out of his mouth an audio in the interview isn't true at all. Also, they say I have HIV. Another guy on audio They tell it on their platform like it's true. I had to present the test for that that to the opposing counsel. I have taken 3 tests since all of this started, since this was said in 2009, 2013, why nobody posted my HIV negative status. Also, there's an open investigation in North Carolina because the detective investigated and found these inconsistencies in the report. I was never even contacted when the police report was filed in 2018, and I was a very public figure. Then, I am now, easily contactable. Go look at the case in Ohio Court 1-21-CV-00991. You will see the opposing counsel when we were put in mediation to settle because the judge thought it was frivolous. Asked to be relieved from the defendant because he didn't give him no evidence to send back to my lawyer. During the discovery, except the audio he had from other people taking rumors and making up lies that apparently he paid to do so. His own lawyers knew it was bogus and left him to rep himself. And all those grown men that I kicked out of my house that I met when they were grown are from a few of families that were in my church back then and gave housing to. This is a civil case. This was done in federal court. I only served the accuser that filed the false police report, not the others. The settlement was me not making the blogger pay for me having to take him to court. The trade-off was stop stalking me and my family and my employees and don't show up to my house anymore, and take down the 176 videos he have done over 2 years. Okay. One of the people on audio that is Camarco's cousin, he did his whole call high was being coached and paid by the defendant. He's speaking out saying he ain't know that what he said until he heard it the other night. Therefore, the debunking his own interview with the defendant with Conch TV, I heard. So I want to say this, and I want to give my thoughts on this. I think Larry Reid needs to sue the accusers. And Larry Reid, and the case was settled that I can say his name, Daryl, can't say anything about to Larry Reid, etc. I go on my page and I post and said it was Daryl that gave Bishop Whitehead those videos. Daryl, the blogger that got sued by Larry Reid, comes in my chat saying, "You don't know what you're talking about, why I," and all of that. He was just in my chat going off. I said, dude, you sent Bishop Whitehead the videos. You sent him the 179 videos. Did nobody else have that footage? You sent that to Bishop Whitehead. And if you didn't send it, you can definitely sue me and we can talk about it in court. But I put everything on it that you send them videos to Bishop Whitehead, and Bishop Whitehead jumped on the story. Listening to these young men and listening to their story, I cannot say that they are liars. Why can you not say that you're a liar? Because I wasn't there. I was back in 2000. When did he say this happened? Back 2004, 2005, if that makes sense. I was 14, 15 years old. I wasn't even on YouTube. So I can't say those accusers are lying because I wasn't there. What I have a problem with this is, why don't the accusers cooperate with the police and get charges pressed against Larry Reid? That's what I'm not understanding. Why go to a YouTuber? If I was assaulted by a public figure, I would want to sue that public figure and go to the cops. That's me. Why not go to the police and cooperate with the detective to get Larry Reid arrested? That's what I'm not understanding. Why run to Daryl, who Daryl is not CNN, he's not MSNBC, he is a YouTuber. So why go to him and not to the authorities and get an investigation, show a track record, and say, this is an investigation? Why not rally the DA in North Carolina where this allegedly happened and say, y'all need to press charges? Why not you, the accusers, take a lie detector test to prove that you were violated by Larry Reid. I also feel like Larry Reid should take a lie detector test as well, even though a lie detector test is not admissible in a court of law. But just to cover up your public image, to protect your public image, you should take a lie detector test as well. Because somebody in this situation, between the accusers, between Larry Reid, thank you, all about to see one of the victims went to the police and there's an open investigation. I get that. Thank you for bringing that up. But somebody is lying. Either Larry Reid is lying or the accusers are lying. I cannot say that the accusers are lying. Can't say that Larry Reid are lying. Because I was not there. I wasn't there. I would love to hear from the accuser's family, somebody in the inner circle, to see, did they tell this story to other people? But I do believe somebody needs to take a lie detector test. They need to stream it live on the Wiley Show, and we need to see this live because I wasn't there. I feel like somebody's lying, and I hope that the authorities come out and to investigate. Me personally, I've been reaching out to where this happened, and I couldn't get anywhere with that. I need to see, where is this investigation going to go? Okay, that's what I want to see. If they were violated, then Larry Reid needs to be in jail. If they were violated, if they wasn't violated, then Larry Reid needs to sue those accusers. Daryl is still talking about Larry Reid. I just seen a video of him talking about him, and he said that Larry Reid supporters only went to the 7th grade. Okay, this man is obsessed with Larry Reid. It just so happened these accusers went to him. I don't know how these accusers look. I don't know. I don't know how they look. They sound like they were African-American men. Only thing I need to know now is where is this investigation is going to go. That's what I'm looking at. Where the investigation going to go? Because we was not there. Back in 2004 and 2005, I was at Perkin Bass Elementary School. Perkin Bass Elementary School. Back in 2004, 2005, I was in I was in elementary school. Perkin Bass Elementary School. My white shirt and blue and navy blue pants. I wasn't even on YouTube. Didn't even know a Dr. Larry Reid existed. So I don't know who to believe in this situation. I don't know, because I wasn't there. That's why the authorities should get involved. Shout out to All About the Tea. She here. I don't know if she want to come on and say something. All About the Tea, Monica, do you want to say something? Because I see you here. If you want to say so, I would love to hear your voice, sister. Come on. What do the authorities have to say? That's what I want to hear for. What do the popos? And if I was in the hood, what do 12 got to say? Okay? Because back in 2004, I had on my white shirt and my navy blue pants. I was in elementary school. So I don't know what happened in North Carolina. I never stepped foot in North Carolina. So I don't know. And I pray that we find out the truth, because this has been bothering my spirit for days. This has been bothering my spirit for days. I'm like, where is the answer? Where is the resolve? And Bishop Whitehead has been playing this over and over. And I listened to it again. I'm like, it's two different accusers. So somebody lying here. Somebody lying. And this is why we have to get the authorities involved. So once I get the authorities involved, Monica, did you want to say something? I don't know if you want to say something or not. I don't know if Monica want to say. Do you want me to call you Monica? So I don't know. Bishop Whitehead, I feel like it's a disservice of Bishop Whitehead to put this out here, because he should be praying for the people and saying, hey, let's take this to the authorities and all of that. but trying to use this to come against Larry Reid, I don't understand it. Because if you are a preacher and a pastor, and if those young men were violated, shouldn't you try to pray for them and say, hey, let me pray for you. Let's get the authorities involved. Let's get some justice. And he really wasn't talking about justice. He was just trying to get Larry together and Pastor Jamal Bryant, Pastor Jamal Bryant from New Birth Church was in the chat. He was in the chat when this was going on. Now, and he didn't even say, well, let's pray. Let's pray about it. He was just trying to get the tea. Oh, okay, shouldn't be it. Okay. 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 Hold on 1 second. Okay. So we hit it. So what do the authorities have to say? So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I'm this still weighing heavy on my spirit because somebody's saying I was violated and Larry Reid violated me. This is where we have to get the authorities involved. I'm just a YouTuber. I can interview those young men, but after the interview, I still can't get you justice. You have to talk to the police, the detective, the DA, and get some justice. The governor, and get some justice. Because I can't give you justice because I'm not a part of the legal system. I'm only a media contributor. Okay? So I'm going to open up the phone lines. I did read y'all the statement. I don't know why the mamas didn't get involved. If I was interviewing the accusers, I would have to talk to their mama. See, me, my interview would have been better. I would have talked to my cameraman. I would have got some cameras. I would interviewed the whole family. And they would have been on camera. I think that what messed up Daryl is because he was so obsessed with Larry Reid, he did not know how to deliver the story. Now, I heard that Tasha K is trying to track down the accusers to interview. That would be a game changer because Tasha K have a massive platform. She got the HD cameras. They're not going to be somewhere secretly in secret. And she's trying to interview the whole family and she's trying to interview the young man. I heard that through a rumor. Okay. That's what I heard. Larry Reid said he's going to sue Tasha K. I heard that on his platform. He's going to sue Tasha K. But not the accusers. Because the accusers say that you gave them, one of the accusers said you gave them HIV. So I don't know how that lawsuit would go with Tasha. And Tasha got more money than Daryl. See, Daryl didn't have the money to fight. Daryl wasn't smart. He didn't have the money. Daryl's lawyer wanted to drop him because he couldn't pay the lawyer. So the judge was like, y'all need to go to mediation. Y'all need to settle this. This is such a waste of time. He didn't have the money. I think that was Tasha. Tasha would have fought it all the way. But Daryl, unfortunately, only made $2,000 off of YouTube. That was his only salary. Okay? He didn't have the money to fight it. Daryl was broke. He only made, I think he said he only made $1,400 on YouTube. That's in the court document. He said, that's all I made. And he was talking about his YouTube salary. That has been cut dramatically because don't nobody watch him anymore. He stopped doing YouTube because he got so scared. Because all his content was Larry Reid. So once the judge said, you got to stop talking about Larry Reid, he can't do no more content. Because all his content, the 176 plus videos, were Larry Reid. This is why you don't just make your content on one person. Oh, if all your content on one person, if you can't talk on that one person, that stop your bag. So So we're gonna open up the phone lines because all his content was one person. See, I don't just talk about one person. I don't. I heard that me and mine, he even called me one time, said he's gonna sue me one day. I said, man, sue me, bring it. I'm gonna fight it to the end, okay? But he's just not all my content. So if he get a court order and say I can't do content, I'm still gonna be able to eat because I talk about other folks. But with Brother Daryl, and we interviewed Brother Daryl, all his content was Larry Reid. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said to Cardi B, let me say this again. Let me say this again. Because of Cardi B lawsuit, because of the success, and because of all of this is going to make everybody get sued. Now that Nicki Minaj is suing Nosy Ho, now everybody want to sue everybody. Who gives a darn? Because it's just civil. Okay? Nosy Ho getting sued. Her lawyer is he getting sued for fraud. You can't make this up. So this is the season. I need y'all to type it in the chat. I need y'all to type this in the chat. This is the season of lawsuits. Okay? This is a season of lawsuits. Let me type that in the chat. This is the season of lawsuits. Let me say this. I am a content creator. I never got on a flight to show up to Armand Wiggins' apartment. Never have I got on a flight, took a bus, took a train to go to his house. To me, that is being a stalker. Brother Daryl, got in his car, drove where Larry Reid stayed that was on Larry Reid property. I never done that. Now, do I know what Brother Armand Wiggins, where he stayed with him and his boyfriend? They stay somewhere downtown where ambulance be going up, somewhere downtown. It ain't hard to find it. I never got on a plane to go to his house to do some content, even though I think that would give me a lot of clicks and views. But you would never see me do something like that. You would never see him at the club. I wait and I travel to LA and I go and stalk his man working at Walmart. You would never see me doing that like that. You would never see me get on the plane and go stalk his man working at FedEx. I'm not doing nothing like that. Okay? Brother Daryl, he did that. And his son did open the door. That's how he got served, because his son opened the door. Okay? I think his son probably thought it was Uber Eats, and the son opened the door, he got served. Because I'm not going to cross that line for clicks and views. I could and get a lot of clicks. Do you know how many clicks and views I can get by showing up to Armand Wiggins' house, following him around in LA? Do you know how many clicks and views I would get? Do you know how many people that will follow me? And I think even Jason Lee even contacted me. I'm not going to get into that. But you know how the response of the public would be, how much clicks and views I would get? Thousands of people would be in the chat. They would be in the chat. Okay? Just everywhere he goes, Armand, I got a question. Where are you going? Where are you going? Show him to when he goes to the laundromat. Show him when he walking his dogs. Do you know how many clicks and views I would get? A lot of clicks and views. But I'm not going to do that because that's not in my heart. So I reached out to Jason Lee. I reached out to Jason. I'm not going to get into details about it because I can't talk about it because it's not I didn't ask him permission, but I did reach out to Jason Lee because I follow him on Facebook and I sent him a message. And once he give me permission to put it out there, then I put it out there. I'm trying to get a Jason Lee interview. I apologize, and I want to get it to some. I want to get some things. I said, brother, I will fly to your city, okay, to interview you because it's a lot of things I want to ask, brother Jason, because I was one of the YouTubers. Me and I think Storm Monroe, he purchased book too. I purchased the man book. And I would love to interview him. It's a lot. I would love to interview him, right? I would love to interview him. Okay. No, it won't be no one click. It would be a lot of people watching the video if I were to do that. Go to LA right now and follow him around LA. Somebody already took pictures of him and so sent it to me. I ain't gonna put it out there, but another blogger had they people take pictures of him out eating dinner, out walking, and they sent to me because they thought I was gonna put it out there. I told that blogger, I'm not putting it out there. You will get clicks if you. I said, sorry, I'm not doing it. No. I'm not putting it out there because then they're gonna say I was out there chasing around LA, and I'm not doing that. I said, you go on your platform, you post it, and then I'll talk about it because it's public. What I look like posting something like that? That ain't public. I'm not doing no stuff like that. Absolutely not. Okay. They sent it to me. Yes, they did because they thought I was gonna put it out there. I ain't no fool. Why would I put something out there? And your platform is 5 times bigger than my platform. You put it out there, and then I go laugh and talk about it. But if I put it out there, they're gonna say I did it. They're gonna say I went to LA. I never been to LA. Never. I've been to Vegas, but I never been to LA. Okay. See, Daryl, he picks up and he packs his bag up and he travels, but he can't have money to pay for his lawyer. That's embarrassing. They didn't even have money to pay for his lawyer. His lawyer wanted to drop him. This ain't no allegedly. His lawyer wanted to drop him. His lawyer wanted to drop him because he didn't have the money to pay his lawyer, and the judge said you can't drop him. The judge forced Daryl's lawyer to stay on the case.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 17 seconds.
Okay. People are weird. And I told her, I said, you need to watch where you go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard. Did y'all hear that? We got the phone lines open up. Did y'all hear that? That sound? Okay. Yes. I did have the exclusive because B Sky posted the exclusive. I posted it on my wall in P Valley. They're coming back with a new season. I did post that. I did post that. Okay. Members, I'm off on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So on Friday, we're going to talk about the that series that everybody been talking about on Netflix. Because I want to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it on station, my members only, and my Patreon member. Oh my gosh, that Jeffrey Dahmer. We're gonna talk about that on members only, and then we also gonna talk about the Women King on members only. Baby, it's a part in the Women's King. It's this guy. He's from the UK. He got a nice body. I went to go see that movie twice just to see him come out that water with that nice body. And I took screenshots. I was taking pictures at the movie screen. He's everything. I could post. I can't post the pictures right now because he showed his body. I had to go back and get it, and I'm going back a third time to see that. A third time I'm going back to see that because he looks so good in the movie in The Woman King. So we're gonna talk about that on this weekend too for members only and Patreon. All right, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. 0235, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hi, Sam. When it comes to Larry Reid, I think that the best thing for right now is just to stay neutral because we don't have enough information just to make an assumption because it's like there's no true, we don't have any facts, we don't have any true tea about it. All we know is that he was accused, and according to Miss Monica from All About the Tea, is that the case is still ongoing. So I'm just saying, I think we should just we gotta wait. We gotta wait. We don't know.
And we have to wait. But I think that Bishop Whitehead should tell his followers to put pressure on the police department to get this investigation, get to a close, get to a resolution from the investigation.
Right, I agree with you because but to be fair, I think that when it comes to Bishop Whitehead, it's coming out of a place of malice. It's coming out of a place of hate. He just wants to take Larry Reid down. He doesn't care if it's true or false. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best thing even for him is just to stay neutral, because he's gonna look like an idiot when if they find out that it was all a lie and that he tried to push his narrative on Larry Reid. So I think, and Tasha, I kind of disagree with you because I heard something about Tasha, and it wasn't about the case with that case. It was about him taking money from his, what is it? Not the OnlyFans, but you know what you were talking about? She took, when Tasha said that Larry Reid took like $20,000. Oh yeah, he remember that?
Yeah, from his congregate. Well, Conscious raised some money, and Tasha put the allegation that Larry Reid spent that money and bought a chain.
Right.
Yeah.
People are saying that she's investigating into that instead of the other case or whatever. But the best, I don't know, Tasha got to quit it. She got to stop. Like, Tasha, you just want to get intimate so badly. I don't understand it. You have like this obsession to be in the beast with all these other people, and you are paying the price right now with Cardi. Do you really want to pay another price with Larry Reid? Because he'll come for you. If he came for that other blogger, he's gonna sure come for you.
And we definitely gonna say about that. And Larry Reid got the resources, and Tasha, she got the resource. She got Olga. I don't think Larry Reid will hire Olga because Olga is really good friends with Tasha, so he would have to use one of his other lawyers. And first of all, she's got to come back to the United States. She's in Africa, so you know how that goes.
Right. Tasha's is messy. Now, listen, Wiley. I understand that you like to troll the bars, but if you're going to speak on it with facts. If Cardi B is the queen of streaming, how come that she only has 8 billion streams while Nicki has 25 billion streams?
I think that's probably on one. Or is that on Spotify or Apple? Because you got to combine. You got Tidal, you got all of it, and somebody put the stats out there. And this came from a Cardi B fan, so that could be biased. But I saw it on they had Cardi number 1, Nicki number 2. They had Doja Cat, then they had Megan Thee Stallion.
It's okay. If we're talking about just this year alone, Doja Cat is the one who's winning right now. She's the one. She's number 1, and then it's Nicki, and then it's Cardi. So I don't know what that Cardi B fan is talking about. I just think that it's all just a mess. Like Nicki, Cardi. If y'all gonna make your money, just do it the right way. There's no need to, because that's what all this is. This is all just PR. Like with the whole Akbar and Cardi thing, it's just PR. And I think that it's unnecessary. Y'all can do it the original way by dissing people in y'all songs, and people will listen to that. I don't understand why they need to go on these social media rants and just beef with them for no reason. Like, I think they would just make more money just dissing them in a song, shading them in a song. You know what I'm saying? But if they're making their money, then it is what it is. We're the ones here complaining while they're laughing all the way to the bank. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that if it's successful for them, then so be it.
Okay. Now
that's all I got to say.
And thank you so very much for that way. And I definitely want to read here. It is definitely Doja Cat is officially become the new queen of streaming for rap, after her streaming figures for her album Planet Her exceeded 3.8 billion on Spotify to surpass Cardi B Invasion of Privacy as the most streamed female album. So right now it is actually Doja Cat. So you're right about that. Thank you so very much. Okay. We got another call. 8388. You live on the air.
Hello, Wiley.
Yes.
Yeah, so do you really believe that Larry really did do that?
I can't say he did do it or did not do it, because I was back in 2004 and 2005. I was at Perkin Bass Elementary School, getting an education.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel you on that. So I don't know. He does give me weird vibes sometimes, but then again, I don't know. It probably just him. I'm just leave that topic alone. So Nicki Minaj, she has really just been getting on my nerves lately, and she is too grown to be acting like she's a teenager. Seriously. And I feel like you was like really in your bag, so why is you swooping down? Like you're gonna go down in history as being a hating ass female. Don't you agree?
Well, I agree. I think that people like Akbar is not relevant because she never charted, she never had a number one single, she never by herself, her album never went platinum. So responding to her, who's going to gain more from that beef is going to be Akbar.
Right. And also I feel like um the features Nicki Minaj give out, people don't really go nowhere. Like that lady from London, whatever you know that song I'm talking about that was in the group.
I don't know.
Yeah, like any features she does for people, it doesn't go nowhere. So that's that on that.
All right. But we thank you.
All
So
right, Wiley.
thank you so much for calling in.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
Bye.
so thank you. And the reason why I'm saying this back in 2004, 2005, I graduated from Perkin-Bass Elementary School in June of in 2005. I graduated and I went to Chicago Military Academy in September of 2005. Because I graduated from Perkin-Bass Elementary School in 2005. 2004, I was in seventh grade. 2000, I think it was seventh grade, right? Okay, I was 14 years old. And then I graduated from Perkin-Bass Elementary School in June of 2005. So I wasn't there, and I know I wasn't in North Carolina. So what I'm saying is, and I'm just being real with you, I wasn't there. And this is why the detectives should get involved in this particular case. The detectives should get involved. The reason why I came at Kaylin Walker so very hard, I came and I came at Kaylin Walker because there was so much mounting evidence against Kaylin Walker, and then he posted a tape of himself getting fellatio by an underage girl and Malago Grams and Tasha K. They both posted it. And I called them both out and I said, "You guilty." And then Kaylin Walker said, "I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent." He came on our show and talking about how he was so innocent. And I said, "You guilty." The courts came out and he was guilty. The same thing with Tory Lanez. I wasn't there, but in my gut, Tory Lanez is guilty in my gut. Now, my gut did not give me a guilty or not guilty with Larry Reid. Right now, my gut is still working. So right now, I can't give you a guilty or not guilty right now with Larry D. Reid. I can't give you a guilty or not guilty because my gut, right? I gotta eat me a meal, okay? Then my gut can get an answer. But right now, my gut, it can't get you know, my gut ain't come to a place where I need to get more details. Me and my gut need to see the police report and need to talk to the detectives to do a little bit more research before my gut to be able to um, um, come to a resolution. But I will come live and I will let you know what do my gut say. Okay. All right. Because my gut has been on it. We was on about Kaylin Walker. I know we're gonna be on about Tory Lanez. And we would definitely update you about what do my gut say about Larry D. Reid. But right now, my gut, not right now. Okay. All right. So we would definitely let you all know when it comes to that. Now I had the phone lines open up. I do want to apologize because I do go live once I'm off work because I don't go to sleep like right when I'm done with a live. I'll be up watching movies, so I can't do lives in the morning because sometimes if I'm up. Like tomorrow, I got to be up and do something. But I do the lives after I get off work. So I appreciate the 561 people that watch. Y'all are watching the Wiley Show lives. I appreciate that. Okay, plus, okay. I really appreciate that for watching live and commenting and all of that. I do appreciate that. We got some things coming from members only. Like I said, our first book in our book club. And when y'all get the book, let me know. I think Blue Sky is going to tell me. Mouth Open, did you get your book yet? Or you can get it on Audible. And I'm listening on Audible. I'm getting a hard copy tomorrow. So I'm going to get the hard copy. I want y'all to support Roland Martin, White Fear. All right. While Kayla Walker was on tour screaming, not guilty everyone from Dr. Ubar to Jason Lee, but the court determined it was a lie. Wiley called him out. I did. He called into the show. But it's about Chris Brown and Trey Songz victims. You didn't believe them right off the bat. I didn't, because that was my gut. And then look what happened. Cases again dropped. They not arrested. My gut was right with the Trey Songz and Chris Brown. Yeah, my gut was right. Because Trey Songz don't look like he's too attractive. He ain't got to take no Punani. Come on, somewhere, get somewhere, sit down with that. Punani is given to him. 0670, calling you live on the air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
Doing good.
Well, thanks for taking my call. I want to bring a different perspective to this. I want to talk about the accusers.
Okay.
The alleged accusers. If you listen to their stories, what they're saying, they talk just like it rolls right off of their tongue. They speak as if they, just like you know how to say your name or write your name. Mm-hmm. That's what they're speaking. They're speaking it just as if it's just like word for word. It doesn't sound rehearsed. It does not sound like somebody is coaching them. And the one that said he was allegedly touched when he was 19 years old, he admitted he was grown. But I think what people are missing is the damage to him some of the damage to him had already been done. Remember, he did say that he had been violated before. Remember, he was a child from what he says. If we take him at his word, he was a child. And it just really amazes me at the women that are I'm assuming some of these women have children, and how they are castigating this guy that is saying this happened to him. And no wonder the children don't even like their adults, mothers and fathers, because they don't believe them. And it's like, why are the black women, especially the black women, like they are so, you ought to see how they are in the chats, just calling these people liars and this and this. And I think this is just so egregious in reference to, these people pain and what they said that they experienced. Now, the other gentleman that, from what I understand, he's married now. Listen, gay people know what goes on in gay with gay acts. Gay people know this, and for gay people to sit up and try to act like they don't believe and they don't understand and this is lies and this, come on, stop all of that. You all know exactly how it is in the gay lifestyle when you're going after trade, so-called trade, whether they're young or old. And so this, from what I also understand, is that the one that's married now, from what I understand, that is the one that has the report out from the North Carolina, I believe. Now, from what he says, I have to preface back to what he says. These are their statements, not mine. I'm just going by what they say, what he said. He was a teenager. He was like 15 years of age, from what I understand. So he was a minor. And these are the important facts that I think people are not getting at. These were at least that he was, allegedly, he was a child. He was a teenager, but he was a child. And so we have to be careful when we are sitting here discussing whether we want to believe it or not. This is supposed to be their story. So we have to understand and pay attention to what is being said, not go off of emotions, not go because we think somebody is popular, not go off because we like somebody or whatever. These are people's lives that were affected, allegedly. So all I ask is for, especially Black women and gay folks, stop this sitting up here trying to act like you don't know what goes on in Black families and stuff like that, and you don't understand, you don't know what's going on with young boys and young girls that are being that could be possibly being touched. I'm ashamed of what I hear and see on the internet by these Black women and gay people sitting up here and act like they don't understand what's going on. They said it was settled, and they said it was this. They said it was this, and then another thing too, Wiley, they are getting mad with this man that smokes the cigarettes or the cigars or whatever his name is. They're getting mad at him, and they're saying that that person sued and won the case. Well, based on what Daryl Moore says, is that they had a mediation, and the mediation was no one won. They each were told to go their separate ways. They had instructions. So therefore, no one won. They had instructions as what they needed to do in order to let it go. So that right there is that. And people are getting confused also, Wiley, with saying that the accusers were that lost the case. None of the accusers have filed charges with the court. None of the accusers have gone to court. So stop lying, these people. Stop lying. None of the accusers, from what is being said, none of the accusers have gone to any court. They have not done it. But the only thing was done, from what I understand, and I've been looking at this as well, is that the person filed the police report. The other accusers have not gone to court. So stop the people. Like I said, I'm just so disappointed in these Black women. No one of your children do not believe you. No one of them do not trust you. A lot of them don't want to be around you because you act like you don't believe what they say. Why would a man that's married come out and make up something about something happened to him? Why would he do that about something that happened to him if it didn't happen to him? So I think we have to be very careful, Wiley. I appreciate you for letting me say this. I just had to get on and just say that it is just absolutely pathetic with a lot of these gay people and these women sit on here and act like they don't know what goes on in Black families. And they know what goes on behind closed doors with these pastors and these preachers and things and these clergymen and all of that. And then I tell you something else I want to say. That guy that lives in New York, the bishop, from what I've seen on the internet, the bishop did not hurt that lady. The bishop got that lady out of his church because she was causing a scene. One thing Black people know is that you can't go to any church and cause a scene because the deacons and the pastor is going to have you escorted out. And so we have to stop acting like that she would have been there in peace. She was going over toward that man's wife, and she was here. Because if you look at the video, she was pointing toward his wife, and his wife was sitting over there with the baby in the corner. So you have to pay attention to what's going on. You cannot allow these people, he grabbed this lady by it. Listen, you cannot hurt people, or you cannot do something to people and then tell them how they should respond to it. That's what I'm trying to say. You cannot do something to people, and then, when they clap back, now you feel some kind of way. And the same thing, for what I'm understanding, is when allegedly when Larry made the video about the pastor, the bishop, he now is upset. So now he's fighting back. So you cannot harm people. He feel like he was harmed. and you cannot harm people. And then when they come back at you, then now you feel some kind of way. So you just have to be careful. You cannot do that. You can't tell me how to fight you back when you have harmed me. Wiley, you have a wonderful night, and I thank you for allowing me to say this, okay?
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. You just never know who's going to call in and give their opinion. We got people from all over that are commenting and giving their opinion. We thank you all so very much. I do agree. That lady went there to disrupt the service and she was escorted out of there. You can't go on people's services disrupting the service. Thank y'all so very much coming on the show. Thank y'all so very much. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok. Station Head, The Wiley Show. Thank y'all so very much. It was definitely great to see y'all on here. It was really, really great. He was really coming at the black women. Saying that black women is coming at and believing Larry Reid is and all stuff like that. But he was saying what he had to say. All right. Thank you all so very much. The deacons are the ones that are supposed to remove disruption from the church. But he's the head of the household. He's the head of the church. So if you come in there being disrespectful, you would definitely get it sorted out. Thank y'all so very much. Shout out to Monica from All About the Tea for coming in the chat today. I love you, Monica. Thank you for your support, for all that you do over here at the Wiley Show. Thank you so very much. Yes, you was escorted out of there. Now, I don't know. Did that lady even have a neck? I don't know if she had a neck. Did she have a neck? I don't know. But she was escorted out. So I don't know if the lady had a neck. I don't know. Did that lady have a neck? I don't even know if she Yes, thank y'all so very much for calling in. Give me your opinion. Thank y'all so very much. I don't even know if she had a neck. So he scratched. Lady, you even got no neck. Get somewhere and sit down somewhere. You ain't got no neck. You ain't got no neck. Sit on down somewhere. You ain't got no neck. Somewhere he is. All right. 2240. Calling you live on there.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
Doing good.
I just wanted to call in. With the previous caller, I agreed with almost everything that he said, except for like him blaming black women. Like, why do you always have to blame black women? Just because you read a few comments from a few posters doesn't necessarily mean that all black women do that or stand by that. I am a black woman. I don't play that when that comes to my children. My mama didn't play that with me. My grandma didn't play that with her children. So all black women are not like that, just because you read, a few comments from people posting. And I think a lot of people aren't really paying attention to the videos. They're not really listening. I think a lot of people are just like so disgusted by the bishop that they're not really listening to the content. And, when I first started listening, I think the first video that the bishop put out, like I listened to a little bit of it, and then the second one, and it was so sick. Like, it's every debauchery that a person could do, like in those videos. It was like at one point I felt like throwing up. And then, what came to me was like, hey, you need to find out, you need to be listening to these videos because you need to know, like, and I encourage every parent, because you need to know like how these kids were seduced, what they did, the methods and all of that, like what, the manipulation that was used and stuff like that. It's very difficult for me to believe that these guys would make that up, especially like that man who's married to come forward and he's talking about like what happened to him as a child. It's just really hard for me to believe that these aren't true. And so it's really sad, and it's really, I don't know, it's really unfortunate, and it's concerning. But I think that people should listen to it and just really see what, because you taking your kids to these churches, you need to know the signs. I agree with the man. Like when I saw, like, I think it was another vlogger who like put out what actually happened. When I saw what actually happened, it does look like that lady came in the church, she was on 10. I think she lacked the ability to read a room and she didn't have street smarts. The other girl had already read the room. She saw the police was outside, so she went from 10 to 1. She knew what it was, but the lady, Tasha or whatever, who claimed to be a prophetess, she felt like she had the support of that girl, and she was just like on 20 from the gate. And I think that she was going towards that pastor's wife. The pastor really needs to tighten up like his security. He needs, a stronger team. And I mean, the pastor, without a doubt, he lacks maturity, and, he needs to grow up a lot. But I think at that moment, she was going towards his wife, and it's really difficult when I looked at the video for me to say that she wasn't, going to be aggressive or whatever, that she wasn't going to attack the wife because of the way she was acting. It was really no telling what she was going to do. And then why didn't she have on her shoes? I'm not from New York, but I'm from the South. I've been on both sides of the track, and I know people take off their shoes. It's usually because they're ready to fight. So I'm like, why were you walking around in an environment that you felt uncomfortable in and you didn't have your shoes on? Yes, the pastor was inviting her up there. He told her he was going to make her famous. And, I picked up on that. He was ready. And I think he had already had in his mind that if she went towards that way with his wife, that he could use that defense, and he was ready to attack. Again, she lacked street smart. So she wasn't reading the room. She wasn't picking up on it. She just felt like she had this girl with her. And, she should have kept her mouth closed. So now she's exposed. But, really what's on those tapes was just, I don't know. It was just really disturbing. And to think of Larry in that way is just really, sad. But it's difficult for me to continue, following after hearing that. So.
All right.
Thank you for allowing
you.
me to get my commentary out.
Thank you so very much. All right. Okay. I think we got another call in here. All right. 2494. You live on air.
Hey, Wiley. How you doing?
Doing good.
I was calling that comment on, I was listening at what you said about Cardi B and Akbar. And I mean, I think it was unfair what you were saying because basically, Akbar was on the, Bruce soundtrack. The producer, the people that was in charge of the project called Cardi and asked her, could Akbar be on there? And she said yes. So she was on there. So it's just a job. She doesn't really owe her anything. So then she does a song with Nicki Minaj. And she's on that song. So, I mean, she didn't choose a side to me. She was on one soundtrack and then she was on the Nicki Minaj song. And then she commented on a fake post on the neighborhood talk. And when she commented, then Cardi B came at her and they began arguing, which Cardi B should have never had anything to say to Akbar. It was no reason for her to even start that with her. And then for Cardi B to say she's a changed woman after she just got out of a criminal case, but she starts telling this woman that she'll send her goons after her. And then she brought up the children thing and about, her dead mother. I mean, Cardi B is no different than who she was when she first came into the industry, and she was wrong. And she's always whining and screaming and yelling about somebody mentioning kids. But here in this instance, she mentioned the kid, which is what she does. Every time she gets in an argument with someone, she either wishes their parents died, they died, or she starts talking about children. But if you say anything close about her children, then she's up in arms. And I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And people keep giving her a pass. And I don't understand why she's afforded all the passes that she is when she's clearly not a good person at heart. The post was fraudulent, that neighborhood talk posted. And then Cardi B gets on there to start to argue because it was a fake post. So why was Cardi B mad that the post was fake? It was not real. The stats that they posted were not real stats. And she was upset because somebody said that it wasn't real when it actually wasn't real. So she was pressed about that. So that's what I want to say about that. As for the pastor, like the lady said before, you cannot go into a church and start any kind of confusion and think somebody's not going to put you out. That doesn't make any sense. He did what he was supposed to do. Get her up out of there. As for Larry Reid and all this mess, I don't know everything what's going on with this Larry Reid stuff. Most of this stuff we just start commenting on. We don't know all the facts in the case or whatever. So we shouldn't just start convicting people just because there's a rumor of this or people say there's evidence of that. It may be, it may not be. I do agree with the lady, though. I just find it odd that a grown man that's married now would just make up this story out the blue about this. It just doesn't make sense. Sometimes you have to use your common sense. But at the end of the day, this hasn't gone to a court of law or anything. And so nobody's been convicted of anything. So I think basically people just need to leave it alone. I mean, if people go and file charges and there is an actual case, then that's one thing. But if it's not, then we're doing all this for nothing. If Larry Reid did do this, well, that's pretty pathetic and pretty sick. And people do a whole lot of things. I wouldn't be surprised. But at the end of the day, we do not have proof that this actually happened. And so I don't think we should just be counseling people because there's rumors of things. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. The number is 646. Okay, y'all are calling in. All right. Okay. We got another caller. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Wiley, what's going on with these pastors and bishops?
Listen.
Like these men supposed to be the men of the cloth, and they out here showing out. I don't understand. You got the flashy. Who is going to this man's church? Like, what is wrong with people?
It's only about 6 people
And
that go there. He don't have a big church. 6 people.
Where's he getting all this money from? Is the question.
I can't even tell you about that. I don't know.
Is he scamming those 6 people?
I can't say he's scamming, but he got about six people there.
Yeah, because I was watching Mr. Larry Reid live, and the lady that he interviewed that he put the pause on, she was saying that she was in his what's his class? One of his classes. And he asking for folks' social security numbers and all that other stuff. So I'm guessing that's where he's getting the money from. And I don't understand why he's not in jail right along with Mr. Larry Reid and the rest of these cricket ass. I'm sorry, but it just hurts me that these people are playing with the Lord. And I cry sometimes because this is sickening. This is stuff you need to be crying and praying about, Wiley. Not the Queen Elizabeth and all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. And I'm gonna let you go to the next caller.
All right, thank you so very much for calling in. Okay, we got a next caller. 2545, caller, you live on the air.
Hello?
Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Man, Wiley, I want to talk about something with you, man, Wiley.
You said what?
I had a attempted break-in, and how would you feel about self-defense in a situation like that? Should you use lethal force or not?
You go to the police. I'm not a legal expert. Go to the cops. All right, thank you. Like, I don't know. Go to the cops. Why are you asking me? Go to the cops. Go to the cops. Why are you calling me? Go to the cops. Oh man, go to the cops. Get you some security. Unfortunately, I do not trust pastors or deacons. They have not have the usher boy dress on the other hand and the shining bowl. Call the Wiley Show will come out with this. Thank y'all so very much for calling in. We gotta go. We've been on here for an hour and 21 minutes. Thank y'all so very much. If you want to be notified when I go live, text. Let me put the text number on here. Give me a second. Give me a second. If you want to be notified when I go live, text Wiley to 888-534-4939. Text in your text box, put Wiley to 888-534-4939. That's what you have to do. Text Wiley to 888-534-4939. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. This was great that you had called in. We will see y'all in the future. I'm not going to let y'all know when I'm going to go back live. I just make that announcement and I'll go live. Thank y'all so very much. We will go on Station Head soon. We did. Oh, we got one more caller. Okay, 5441.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I just wanted to just give my 2 cents in. One, I think that, again, like, I just don't feel like anyone can make an assumption about Larry Reid until the facts are all laid out. Because we could be crucifying this man for nothing, right? Second thing I wanted to talk about is Bishop Whitehead. I think he did exactly what he needed to do. If anyone, after coming off of a robbery or whatever the case may be, someone walking in acting the way that that lady was acting and walking towards my wife and child, I probably would have done a little more than what he did. And then as far as Akbar, she really self-sabotages her own career. I don't know if you saw the interview she did with, I don't know if we can say the other person, but the one who's in litigation with Cardi B. And she was crying in that interview. And she said that she just wanted basically to continue to go after her goals. And she's like, I always find myself stuff, and I always find myself, sticking up for other people. And I think Akbar, in a way, she really don't want fame, because it's like, why are you getting into something right now when you just came off of a #1 single? You know what I mean? Like, I think in a weird way, fame maybe scares her, so she reverts back to her old ways. But that's all I wanted to say, Wiley.
All right. We thank you. We thank you so very much. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
I want to say this again. I just want people to understand. I think Larry Reid should take a lie detector test, as well as the accuser should take a lie detector test, and we should get to the bottom of the police report. And so we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're gonna do some research on this, because I think that will clear him up if he were to do a lie detector test. To clear his name. That's what I personally think that what he should do. I think he should do a lie detector test. Do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe that's what he should do? A lie detector test? Y'all let me know. Do y'all believe it? If y'all believe that he should take a lie detector test, press yes. Do y'all believe he should take a lie detector test? Press yes. Do y'all believe he should take a lie detector test? Let me know in the comments. Saying no, he needs to go under oath. Okay, I say a lie detector test. That's what I would do if I were him. Thank y'all so very much. Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know. Let me know. Do y'all think he should take a lie detector test? we should get to the results of hopefully that the police get to a conclusion of that. But thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. We will see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all. I took a little break from YouTube. I always take a little break because I try not to be burned out. And y'all came through and y'all called in. I greatly appreciate that. We will see y'all in the next live. Peace. DNA fingerprints. The DNA would be irrelevant though. Wow.